My cat went out for 2 hours, came back, laid down, and started singing a little song. What did it go on to do? Well, I can only speculate, but if I took an educated guess, I would say he was out doing catnip again. That's right, going insane. That's right, doing catnip again. That's right, going insane. That's right, he was doing catnip again. Why? 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 Took him to Catnip Anonymous. Thought he was autonomous and monogamous. Now he's back on the streets, jumping between sheets of unsavory cats that he meets. I can't keep doing this, why must he come back just to betray my trust? Why can't he stay home and stay in his lane? I wonder if he's doing catnip again. That's right, going insane. That's right, doing catnip again. That's right, going insane. That's right, he was doing catnip again.
You know, some cats, my cat has a problem. I don't know if your cat has a problem, but my cat definitely has a problem.
What is your cat's problem? Is your cat
catnip?
Catnip, an addict? You've raised a little addict?
Yeah, you know, but you know what I found is that she will overeat. She wants attention, and her way of getting attention is that it will be feed me, but it's not that she's hungry. It's just that, you know, she wants my attention. So what I found instead is, instead of giving her the food, I'll give her a little bit of catnip, and then she's like, she's doing all of that.
I haven't given Sasha catnip for a while. I think I should go out and get some tonight. I'd like to mellow her out a little bit. She's been kind of hyperactive lately.
I feel like I'm bigger than you. I'm trying to pull back a little bit on this.
Well,
I got it so close up. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, there we go.
Even this up.
Go away. Yes, balance. Well, I feel like I'm taller, but so congratulations to both of us. This is season 4, episode 1. As you know, we were on our summer break. And we are now starting season 4, and I am not getting older. We were just talking.
We were just talking about that.
About that, and whether or not we felt like it had been 3.5 years since, because we only did half a season for season 1, because we started in July. So it won't be a full 4 years until next July, but it is the 4th season. So we have been going at this for over 3 years. And it's just amazing to me how fast time flies when you're having fun and you're working with people you care about. Yeah.
I can't believe it's been 3 years since you were trying to get me to do the show. And I was like, Whimsy, I can't go on live. I can't do this. And you were going, yes, you can. Yes, you can.
And you did just fine. You did just fine. Now, go ahead, please.
I was going to say, you tricked me just a little bit in a good way. You said, well, could we just pre-record an interview together? And I said, okay, let's do an interview. We did a 30-minute interview. It went really well. And then you said, that went well. You're going on live at 5 today. Bye.
I did that to you?
You did
I know. Well, I think that the creative director, Debbie Brady, creative director, she wanted everyone auditioned, and I had auditioned everybody but you. I think you were the last audition.
Was that my audition? You didn't tell me. You just said it was an interview.
Tricked him. Well, that's the great thing is when you go on an audition, you have no idea as an actor you're going to an audition,
yeah.
and you have no idea that you passed the audition and got the job. I got to get the book.
It was just you and me talking like we always do, and like we still do. Where'd you go, Whimsy? You vanished.
That's the best way to do an audition, I find.
Sure
it when you don't know. I was actually going and grabbing our book of the month. I don't know if you had a chance to see the book of the month.
My Kindle, well, my iPad Kindle app. That's how I have it.
Lovely, lovely. So the book is Maybe Next Time Around. As many of you know, about 3 years ago, Chuck and I decided to start a book of the month club, and we have not looked back since, have we, Chuck? No. And we've been really lucky with the books, haven't we?
Oh, we've been lucky as far as I'm concerned every single month. Every author has been a gem. I adore it. This is my own fun because, you know, I like you. I love to read. And I've always thought I would love to meet the author. I'd like to talk with the author. I'd like to ask questions. Now I get to do it for real.
Yeah, so I'm hoping. I have reached out to the author, and it looks like if all goes according to plan, she will be in our studio on September 23rd. So that gives you all plenty of time to read the book.
Including me.
Yeah, next time around. We did have a bit of a delay because we went on holiday, but also she didn't have any hard copies available. People were only able to get it to Kindle, so we decided to delay it 2 weeks. It's a tale of love, karma, and reincarnation. And I love the dialogue. I don't know if you've gotten to the dialogue yet.
I've just glanced at a little bit so far.
You know what? I love it. Like page 79, where a woman is having sex fantasies about particular types of guys, but then she has this dream. Listen to this. She had a dream. It's sexual, but it's not sexy. I was repulsed, actually. He was in a position of power and authority of some kind and wasn't supposed to be doing this. Even if it would have been okay, he was a turnoff. I would never have done anything with him. It was like he was from some foreign land and did what they considered was the thing to do to make yourself attractive, but it wasn't the way we did it. Who's we? I really don't know. He was just foreign. What was so repulsive about him? He was all hairy, which I don't normally mind at all. I actually like men with some hair, but in this dream, I didn't. He oiled his hair on top of his head, this big oily beard, and the rest of his body. Yuck. So, I mean, like, it sounds like conversation. What I like about her dialogue is that she writes like, oh my God, I've had to analyze bizarre dreams like that. And she just writes dialogue really, really well. So it's about coming into contact with our past incarnations and aspects of ourselves we may not be consciously aware of. And what's so scary is that it's as if we all have multiple personality disorders.
Oh, we do. We do.
Yeah, we have these subconscious parts of ourselves that we're not necessarily connected to that are making all kinds of decisions that we don't know.
Sure.
Like, I did that, or why did I do that?
A lot of these are disowned aspects of ourselves, shadow selves, but they still control us. So it's always interesting.
My God, yes. Yeah. So that's really what I'm taking away from her book. And it's really scary because we make a lot of these decisions and we may not even know we're making these decisions. And we could be destroying relationships or creating.
Oh, yeah.
And
self-sabotage.
Not even be consciously aware of what we are doing.
We've all seen that in ourselves, and we've all observed that in others around us.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know I'm going to love this book. Well, I'm always fascinated with reincarnation anyway.
Yeah, I love this. I love this subject. I'm so glad I picked this. And of course, if any of you have written a book and you would like Chuck and I to review it and to consider it for our Book of the Month Club, please send it to us, care of Dr. Whimsy Anderson, 1819 Southwest 5th Avenue, Suite 116. Portland, Oregon, 97201. And maybe you can be chosen for our Taco Tuesday Book of the Month Club. So without further ado, who's all here?
Well, who's all here?
Yeah,
Well, as
hi
you can
the
see,
gang. Who's all
Sasha wanted to, my catnip kitty wanted to be part of the show.
I think she was attracted to the catnip song.
Maybe so. Usually I have to pick her up to keep her from jumping on the keyboard, because if that happens, my half of the screen is going to abruptly disappear. She's always threatening to get off the show. But anyway, and I forgot my reading glasses. I realized that as the show began, but I think I can still do this. We have Gigi Pardo Lord. We have
Hi, Gigi.
Anna. Hi. We have Anna Martinez. We have our wonderful Joel Tilson. Terry Gallant. I hope I said that correctly. Renee, Rockin' Pony Lady. Some great names here. Sheila Davidson. We have Holly. We have Jess. We have Susan. Anna. Ingrid. Let's see.
Did you see Terry Gallant there? Oh,
Did
yeah.
I
I think we said hi to Terry.
I think we did. I'm trying to not repeat names here, and please forgive me if I miss a name, or worse, I mispronounce a name. But let's see. Is that Grandmere? Am I saying that right? Grandmere. D. Okay. Grandma. Yeah. Web Shiva. Intuitive Kathy. Joanne. Terry. Dragon Rising. Oh, hi, Joyce Petras. She's my good friend. Let's see here. Vanita. Oh, yes, Joyce just said hi to me. Right back. The Sharper View with Suzanne Harper, who says, hello, beautiful people. And then we have Sarah here. So we have some lovely people here already with us.
We will continue to say hi to people as we go along. Mm-hmm. I think we just need to go into it, because I don't know if you've noticed, but the internet is going a little bit crazy.
Yeah. More so than usual. Huh?
Well, let's talk about the big, beautiful book and all of the wonderful.
Oh, yes. The big, beautiful book. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Jeffrey.
Yeah.
What do you think's going on?
Well, let me put my cat down here. What's going on? Let's see. This was subpoenaed by, what is the committee? The Republican headed committee that's investigating all of this. I know it was subpoenaed.
Right.
And
the ethics committee or
let me see. I thought I had it written down here. It was maybe one of our viewers can remind us. But anyway, the committee that's
the House Oversight Committee.
Thank you. That's what it is. It was subpoenaed by them, and of course, the big revelation was the naughty drawing from Donald Trump. Which the Wall Street Journal had already announced back in July. Hence Trump's $10 billion lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal over this, and he's claiming it's a fraud, but this is the actual original, the one with the drawing of the outline, the silhouette of the woman's body, and the message from Trump, and of course his infamous signature simulating pubic hair at the bottom of it.
Yes, I was going to comment on that. Was that he had actually that he had used his signature as pubic hair.
That's right. Yeah. So, yes, it's embarrassing under any circumstances, especially for a sitting United States president. But Trump is still denying it, still claiming it's a fraud. But already handwriting experts have been pulling up examples of his signature, where he signed just his first name from around 2003, the same time as his card. And everything matches up. Even Mary Trump yesterday on her show said, I know my uncle's signature. That's definitely his signature. There's the naughty little drawing. So that was the biggest thing in the book.
So he's got what?
Other things.
Right. So he's got 3.5 months, 3 months more in the White House. Are we thinking?
That's what we've been saying. We've been saying for a variety of reasons. And of course, we've been saying for quite a while, it's likely going to be health related. And he'll be given the quote unquote honor of resigning rather than facing the 25th Amendment.
And it makes me wonder if there's such a thing as free choice, because we had the vision 8 years ago of Lindsey Graham having that conversation.
Yes, I remember.
We are marching towards the inevitable, but I want people to really marinate in this and think about the fact that the president of the United States is using his signature in order to look like female genital hair.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to sit back and ask ourselves, how did America get to this point? And why does America prefer this to a woman of color in the White House?
Oh, dear God. I mean, this goes back to his first term when he was elected 3 weeks after saying he liked to grab women by the female genitalia. That would have sunk any other candidate in the world. You know, I don't understand it.
What are we supposed to learn? What are we supposed to learn from this? Because I need to learn from this. And is this the power of propaganda? Is this that you can actually convince the American people that this person, the freak of the month, as they say, I'm trying to get you in here.
I was going to say, Trump is a master showman. He's like the classic snake oil salesman, the carnival barker, reality television. That's a gift he has. He's innately good at this. He always has been. He has his finger on what he feels the public wants, and many times that's playing to the lowest of the low.
Yeah, and I guess my question is, how did we as a country sink to this level? Because this dishonors all of us that as Americans.
Of course it does. It's extremely embarrassing
to our country. He is the ultimate ambassador to our country. Yeah. And look at his signature. I mean, when I saw that, I just thought, have we gone bad? Is it bad enough yet? Is it bad enough?
Well, it's been this way for quite a while. Like this
I think that this is really the lowest and the most repulsive. The only thing that he can say, and what's amazing is that the Republicans are backing him on this, that it's fake news.
Oh, the Republicans have been rubber stamping every single thing he does. They're complicit in everything. But this goes back to the year 2003. But, it's just the fact that all of this is representative of this man's character. And this is what we elected to be our president, to represent us, to lead us. It's beyond appalling. But, I just wonder if it's just a combination of many things. People have become increasingly more shallow. People don't read. They long have been glued to the television. Now people have to have things in sound bites. They don't want to go into depth anymore. So that paved the way for someone like Donald Trump, who's a master of this, reality television and so forth. He's known exactly how to play to all of that.
Gloria says that Kamala won and that Trump stole the election. I think there's a lot of evidence to support
there is a lot of evidence
that they actually targeted certain districts. They had bribed people with money.
Yeah.
Why aren't more people in jail over this?
They're being protected, covered up, by the people who are in power right now, because that's one of the reasons they're in power at the moment. But didn't Trump and Musk let it slip out that they did rig Pennsylvania?
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I'm certainly rigged other states also. I look at all of the psychics, the astrologers, even you and I, we were feeling that Kamala was going to win the election.
Well, I thought he could win, and I was scared.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
I remember saying, he could win this thing.
I remember that. I remember
being really nervous. I was looking at the cards and I was starting to get really, really nervous because they switched about 2.5 weeks prior to the election.
Yeah, because I remember, you and I spoke privately a few days before the election. You expressed that concern to me. You felt there was a shift here. But so many people were picking up that Kamala was definitely going to win the election. And I can't help but think she did win, but circumstances prevented that.
Well, the other thing is that a lot of people didn't vote. I think it was only something like 55% of registered voters.
Yeah, that was surprising.
45% have so little. I mean, you think about people who have fought and died for the right to vote, and then to just throw your vote away.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
It's
shame.
really
You know,
unfortunate.
I remember when I was a kid, I couldn't wait to be old enough to vote. I was excited the very first time I could legally cast my vote. It was such an honor, such a privilege. I wish more people thought that way. You know, if we had had the turnout that we had had for Biden in 2020, I think that definitely would have put Kamala over the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cisco says that Trump isn't that charming. He's
I
great
agree
at
with you there.
cheating, bribing, blackmailing, and bullying. Yeah.
Absolutely agree with you on that. Oh, Joyce, yes, who's a gifted astrologer. She just said the eclipse at work. Things come out of the darkness into the light. In fact, Joyce, I think I saw an astrologer speak just the other day about there's some event happening in the next 2 weeks where a
Oh, really?
lot is going to come to the surface. A lot of corruption, dishonesty is going to be revealed. I'm paraphrasing it, of course, but maybe Joyce would have more to say about that. And Wendy said, I want to know how others are looking at what I'm looking at, but they don't see what I see. That's a way of saying it.
Mm.
Yeah, me too.
Rose Blue says signature looks like an EKG.
Yeah.
And the world
I've
one for flatline.
I've always thought it looked like the Richter scale on an earthquake, his signature, but an EKG also. Yeah, people have a 30-second attention span. I think that's becoming true. Corrupt Supreme Court and GOP belong to Trump. Let's be clear. How low can we go? I don't think we are at the bottom yet.
Yeah, the other news that's coming up is I don't know if you had seen the fact that we've got a little bit of a drug problem here. He's biting some kind of six-sided tablet. You can see when you go in on it. I had Grok take a look at it, and it's
Yeah.
not a round tablet. So a six-sided blue pill, that's hydrochlorothiazide and a spironolactone. Is that right? It's something for coronary artery disease and also for. Do I have that right? I don't think I have that pharmaceutical right, but it's basically something they give for hypertension and coronary artery disease, which is basically what they also have blue Adderall, but blue Adderall doesn't have that shape. So
no, the only other blue pill I can think of is Viagra.
yeah,
But I think that's triangular shaped, isn't it?
right.
Yeah.
So I put it through the computer and said, "What the heck is this?" God bless AI. It's like we're going to conquer the world with AI. I swear. As long as they let everybody have access to it, we should be fine. But here is what the computer says. Imprint. Okay, has been identified as hydrochlorothiazide and lisinopril, and is used for high blood pressure and heart failure. So, what do you think it is? High blood pressure and heart failure?
Well, certainly high blood pressure would make sense. That's consistent with some of his age and also the stress that he's under. He's very high strung. I mean, there could be a number of factors. His horrendous diets. I certainly would have no trouble believing he's on blood pressure medicine. But we've also suspected congestive heart failure.
I'm thinking, congestive heart failure because of the cankles.
Yeah, the swelling. He's
So
not enough blood being pumped.
Yeah, so they're putting him on a combination ACE inhibitor and thiazide, 12.5 to 10 milligram, which is kind of neat. That like I was just admiring the perfect cosmetic teeth of the woman to the right of him, but
Well,
those are great teeth. But yeah, so
not unlike your own beautiful teeth, Whimsy.
people have said it's got to. Oh, thank you. But people are saying it's Viagra. No, you wouldn't want to take Viagra while you got to sit there for 2 hours.
No, we're talking about Trump,
Right. So, because usually Viagra takes about 20, 30 minutes, I think. But no, it's just a good old fashioned blood pressure pill. But the combination lisinopril isn't that a loop diuretic?
Well, it's been suspected he's on diuretics.
Yeah. So he's basically on 2 diuretics. He's on an ACE inhibitor and a hydrochlorothiazide is also a water pill. So
some have theorized he might even be going through kidney failure. because of this.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you would do HCTZ with kidney failure. Maybe, but lisinopril is also a loop, isn't it?
I'm trying to remember on that one.
An ACE inhibitor for lisinopril. Okay, maybe not. But
Yeah.
hydrochlorothiazide is definitely a water pill. So he's on a combination of blood pressure and water pill.
Mm-hmm. And it's been suspected through the bruises in his hand that maybe he's even receiving injections through there.
Yeah, or I'm thinking the bruises more than
Well,
likely
blood thinners too.
are blood thinners, yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm excited. I say let's do the empath prayer and let's get down and dirty with the cards. What do you say?
Let's go for it. Yeah. Let's get down and dirty.
Down and dirty with the cards. And of course, if anyone needs for everyone here to pray for them, please give us your name or the name of that person you love who you need us to pray for, and we can include them in our prayers today. I'm just going to light the candles to bring in a good vibe here.
That's a good idea.
Maybe smoke us.
Get out the catnip. Yeah.
Yes.
Trying to see where Sasha went.
I think that cat song attracted Sasha.
I think Sasha just wants to be the center of attention. She's always threatening to jump on my keyboard here.
Oh, really?
It's like, how dare you not pay attention to me and pay attention to that silly computer and that show you're doing.
How is she handling the other cats that you were taking care of?
Well, she was never directly around the other cats, but she certainly knew.
She smelled.
She could smell them on me. Yes,
I was a pussycat.
Yes. Actually, some friends made cruder jokes in that. But anyway, yeah, I was cat sitting for 6 different cats plus my own. And 4 of those cats, I, out of respect to the person's privacy, I won't say who it is, but it was the granddaughter of a very famous, legendary celebrity. And I was taking care of his grandcats, so to speak.
And you'll all wonder till the cat, you'll all want to know. But
no, I'm very respectful of people.
Right.
But Sasha was not happy about it. She knew.
Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to do the empath prayer, and we can bring in some good vibes, and then we will blitz away. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. Okay. I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together collectively, we say Amen. And for those people who are requesting a healing today, we come together at this time and we pray. We pray that you and those you love receive a perfect healing in mind, body, and in spirit. And again, together we say Amen, Amen, Amen. May all souls be healed. May all souls be healed. Oh, it's always good to bring in the empath prayer. It kind of clears away all the darkness. And boy, has there been a lot of darkness these days,
There has.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and start with our floor director. He's been happily taking notes for us. As many of you know, Hamas, terrorist organization Hamas, which was responsible for the October 7th massacre in Israel, was living happy lives in Qatar, in mansions. They were doing quite well for themselves while they were sending indoctrinated young people into Gaza to die for them. Nice people. Well, Israel went in and bombed the crappers out of Qatar and killed all the leaders of Hamas.
Yeah.
So I've got my opinions about this. What do you think, Chuck?
Well, what I saw in the news with it was 5 to 6 individuals that were killed, and that included the son and close aide to one of the top Hamas figures. But I understand that it was not successful in wiping out as many leaders as they had hoped to do, which had been the plan. But you saw that it was pretty bad in that respect.
Well, where did you go? Are you still around? Yeah, there you are.
I'm
Hi. Okay. What I think happened is that because I got a little birdie, you know, like I'm pretty close to this situation in Gaza.
Yeah, you are.
And I'm pretty inside the head of the people involved. And I think what happened was that there is something called the Abraham Accords, which is going to open up trade between all the Abrahamic countries, and it's going to make billions of dollars, and it's going to be its own transportation hub. And then inside this closed transportation hub are going to be built oasis zones, cities of oasis or peace where people can come and shop, and they can fly through the subway systems and transportation system, and they can go to Doha. They'll be able to go to Saudi Arabia. From Saudi Arabia, they'll be able to go to United Arab Emirates, Israel, Gaza. So we're talking about $1 trillion plan, trillions of dollars. And so everybody wants a piece of the Abraham Accords. And what I believe happened is that Trump met with Qatar. Qatar gave him a very nice plane, and Qatar was told, if you want to be part of the Abraham Accords, you're going to have to get rid of Hamas, because Hamas is the problem. And so I think at that point, Qatar is now in a civil war between those people in Qatar that want to support Hamas, and it's a war in Gaza, the war against Israel, and those people in Qatar who want to do a deal and become part of the Abraham Accords. And I think that this happened with the aid and assistance of high-ranking officials in the Qatari government.
Do you think Trump had anything to do with this?
I think that the message of the plane is, we want a piece of the pie. We want to get into the Abraham Accords. Well, if you want to get into the Abraham Accords, you're going to have to get rid of your little problem with Hamas, and the fact that they've been using the BBC and Al Jazeera to paint themselves as the victims, to paint Hamas as the victim, to paint the people that were raped and slaughtered on October 7th as terrible, awful people that deserved it. And so the propaganda has been pretty sick and crude. You want to be a part of the rebuild, if you want to be a part of the big, beautiful business bill of the Abraham Accords that's going to bring in trillions, you'd better get rid of these people. And so what I think happened is I think that they were working secretly with Israel and the United States to liquidate these people.
Yeah.
But you can't say that publicly. You just
no, of course you can't.
You just kind of have to let Mossad, and they probably gave coordinates and information to the Israelis, and then the Israelis cleaned it off, and then they can sit back and say, oh, no, it is terrible. What happened? It is terrible. Meanwhile, they're wheeling and dealing with the United States and giving the United States fancy planes and saying, can we get in? Can we get in?
Right.
You can get in as soon as you get rid of these people.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
I don't know if this is correct, but it seems like I saw one news report that said that the United States was not alerted to this attack until 10 minutes after it had happened. So there was no time to give a warning, or at least that was the story that was given. Is that correct, Whimsy? Did I see that?
You know, I think you and I are pretty good at our jobs. I think that, you know, when that plane was handed over to the Americans, with a wink, wink, nudge, nudge, when Trump met with the Saudi Arabian Prince MBS, who said, we're going to do it our way, building oasis zones, there was a very clear message that was being sent. You scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. You want to be look, you can sit back and go broke while we open up a new trade route that's not going to include you, or you can be part of the party. But if you want to be part of the party, you're going to have to get rid of these people. So what do? You openly say, oh, we condemn and we support, but secretly you're giving the okay to U.S. and Israeli intelligence to go in and clean house. And that's what I believe happened. I don't think it happened in a vacuum. I think the Israelis had intelligence on the ground. I think they were assisted by high-ranking officials in Qatar. I think that Qatar is itching to be a part of the Abraham Accords. And I think the whole reason that the United States met with the Qataris in Saudi Arabia was to expand the Abraham Accords. And there's only one way you're going to do that, and that's by getting rid of Hamas. Yeah. And I think the difference between Trump and, look, I think that that's the intelligence. That's where the money is. What do all of the men that showed up at the party for the Trump inauguration, the Trump inauguration, right? You remember that? And you had Jeff Bezos.
Billionaires.
You had RFK Jr. Who else did you have there? You had Elon Musk.
Elon, of course.
Right?
Yeah. Zuckerberg, wasn't he there? Zuckerberg and
yeah. So you have to kind of ask yourself, if you're an intelligent person and you've seen the rebuild of Gaza, you've seen the Oasis One plan, and you know that every one of these people received certified letters in December of 2023 for the rebuild. This is how long it takes to get something like this going, by the way. Every single person that you're looking at received the rebuild. Zuckerberg, Bezos, Musk. Musk was the first to approve it, right? And so Musk started making some phone calls. Well, we all want to be part of that rebuild, right? So what you're looking at is every single person in this photograph wants to eliminate Hamas. And so they came together and they forged an alliance. Zuckerberg, Bezos, Trump, RFK Jr. openly said it, that he wanted to kill them all with that strange voice of his. But I swear he sounds a little bit like a munchkin every time I hear him.
Well, I would never want to mock anybody for a physical disability, but that voice is creepy to me.
So this is what Elon Musk did. Do you want a piece of the pie? Do you want a piece of the Abraham Accords? Do you want to bring in your businesses into this new trade route? Zuckerberg was more than happy to kill everybody in Hamas. Bezos killed them all. Every single person that you're seeing a picture of has officially said kill them all. And so they had an alliance for this new Abraham Accords, and they made that agreement with the Republicans and with the Trump administration. And according to Elon Musk, he couldn't get the deal from Harris, that Harris was going to let herself be manipulated by the Iranians. And she was not going to make that deal because she had ties with Iran. This is what he's claiming, whether it's true or not. Well, screw you. I'll just go with Trump and I'm going to get my rebuild. And this, of course, isn't what I wanted, but that's pretty much what happened. And I know because I'm the person that sent the certified letters. So karma's on my shoulders too. But that is, I hate to think about it like that, but that's what happened. So that's the great agreement. And that's what happened. And that is why I believe Qatar helped Israel take out Hamas, because there are many people in high positions of power that don't want Hamas in Qatar. They want the rebuild. They want to be part of the Abraham Accords. So in that sense, I would say it's pretty auspicious in the sense that it's getting us closer to Hamas. Now is not going to have any support or funding. It's also not, its main support came from Iran and Qatar, and Iran and Qatar are finished. They're being bombed. They're getting taken out. And so the only agreement to be made at this point, if you are on that side of the fence, is to follow the 6 phases. And the 6 phases require you to basically surrender and get out of town. There really isn't anything else they can do. Surrender and hand over all the hostages. I think that was basically what was decided. So they can they'll fight and they'll fight and they'll fight, but in the end, there's only one solution, and the solution is that that Hamas is going to have to agree to leave, and that's what I
Yeah.
think is going to happen.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't see the six. Oh, here they are. I apologize. I should have had this up for you guys. But the 6 phases we've talked about, and I used supercomputers for this when I sent it to the IDF in 2023 after I did the rebuild. But adopt the protocol. So that's what I think is going on. I think everybody wants to adopt the protocol so that they can get on with the Abraham Accords.
Yeah.
And that means that they have to get to ceasefire, exchange the hostages, and Hamas will agree to leave to a host country or they're going to die.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically the option.
Yeah.
Lovely people.
Charming.
So Joel says the IDF mopping up the rest of Gaza. Let's throw some cards on it.
Okay.
Yes, they're such nice people. They're such lovely people. Not really, but all right.
Mopping up the rest. Well,
mopping up the terrorist in Gaza. Yes. Not good.
I'm going to just go with my first card here. Because I would say yes. I got the balance card. That was the first thing that jumped out of my deck. I mean, I saw some things that describe things like despair, risk. That's obvious. But I get there's going to be a great balancing here. Now, I'm sure your cards will go into far more detail.
Well, I think it's just sad to see children that have been brainwashed by the Iranians to the point that they would rather die than surrender because they've been brainwashed since birth into believing that they're going to go to heaven and have 72 black-eyed virgins, perpetual virgins, if they kill all these Jewish people. So right now in Israel, you can see the protest. People just want the nightmare to end. And you have the opposition living in a dream world. And you have people trying desperately to hammer out a deal. But the war is coming to an end. And I think the tragedy is that in some ways, the Israelis love their children more than some of these Gazans do. I mean, we don't want your kids to become terrorists that we have to kill, you know? And that Iran would have done this, that they would have indoctrinated children to be terrorists.
That's the first time.
Yeah, it's not the first time. So I think that it will end with Hamas going to those that are not foolish will surrender. There's been mass surrenders happening because the last place to fall is Gaza City. And Gaza City is falling now. Everybody has to go to Malwasi. And then I believe what's going to happen in Malwasi is I believe we will separate. We will check the security on everybody in Malwasi. And those people that are not linked to Hamas will be able to go into a safe zone in Rafah. And at that point, we can negotiate with Egypt to open up and give us additional space for what will be zone 1 of the rebuild of Gaza. And so the great irony is the thing that they're fighting is what's best for Gaza. Because if you're talking about the rebuild of Gaza, it's going to be giving the people of Gaza twice as much space. They're going to be getting part of Sinai in addition to the outer part of Gaza. So the great irony is we're just trying to get the terrorists to leave so we can give the people that are good twice as much land. And so it's just very, very frustrating to see just how nuts they are. I think that's the other thing. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, they're certainly not acquiescing easily. You know, it's going to take time, but I do believe, like I got that card, it is going to balance out eventually, but it's not going to be easy. In fact, the 2 cards I had before that, risk and despair. There's going to be a lot of that before this happens, but it is starting to manifest. It is coming into reality.
I think it took too long, but this is for those people who forgot. This is the rebuild, and you can see where it says Oasis Sinai on the left. That's 450. About 425 square kilometers we're probably going to get from Egypt so that people have more space. But unfortunately, they're being held hostage by these wingnuts. And then they'll also get all of this space down here, which is the 2 miles of no man's land that had to be created to protect Israel from these crazies. But when they're gone, we can open it up and turn it into farmland. So you can see what happens. They get twice as much land mass.
Yeah.
So that's why you hear Trump saying, you got to just get out of there. I'm telling you, it's going to be a beautiful world if you get out of there, because the rebuild and the oasis is a beautiful concept, but they would rather just live in terror and kill each other. And that's really sad.
Of course, it's sad.
Yeah. All right. Joel says,
has Trump's health taken a turn for the worse? I think most definitely. I mean, I don't need a pendulum or cards. Just seeing him on television, Whimsy, it seems to me in just like the last 2 or 3 weeks, it's been a noticeable decline. Have you noticed how his energy seems a lot lower? He just looks bad.
Yeah. So 6 weeks, what was it? 6 weeks to 2 months ago. I can't remember, right around there. Was it late July? We're now into mid-September. Spirit said he has 5 months before he's going to have to leave. So that doesn't mean he's going to be dead in 5 months, but everything is hitting at once. The exposés, everything that's coming out about the Epstein files, combined with the fact that it looks like his health is just collapsing.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can continue to do his job effectively with this kind of health challenges.
Has he ever been able to do his job effectively? Well, but I know what you're saying. It's getting worse.
As possible, like if I were a Republican strategist, or if I were a member of his cabinet, I would be giving pedicures to J.D. Vance right now, because
that's the way of putting it.
He's the future president, as far as I'm concerned. When I sit in the role of being a Republican strategist, this guy is old news. All this crap coming out about Epstein, the guy is popping pills left and right. Get rid of him, which means they've got to convince his cabinet. Look, who are they really loyal to? Whoever is in power. These are power-hungry people.
Yeah.
If they can toss this guy like kindling into the furnace and go and grab, who the hell's going to tell him? Well, grab old Lindsay. We got dirt on Lindsay, right? Send Lindsay up there, Miss Lindsay, to go finish the job. And so, it's like a freaking play where everyone just takes their position. And the sad part about this is nobody changed.
No, but it's going to give Trump a graceful exit.
Oh yeah,
resign because of health.
We give you the honor.
He gets to be a little bit of a martyr because of it. I'm sure his followers will still support him and honor him and blah blah blah. But yeah, it's. I think JD is already being groomed. He's already being prepared. He knows. He's going to be president soon, and we've known this, and we've always said it's going to be around the end of the year. So when you got that in July, that would make sense around December. Because he has been declining so sharply, this may sound like a wild conspiracy theory, but someone brought this up to me. Could he have been poisoned? Like when he was in Alaska.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Could he have been poisoned? Because, there are these medications that will mimic the effects of a rapid health decline, like irregular heart rate, slowing down, cognitive impairment. So I was wondering, Whimsy, I know that sounds like a wild conspiracy thing.
Not really. You can put arsenic in arsenic cookies, right? Because it tastes like some of this stuff. What is it? Cyanide tastes like almonds, but that's what they think happened to some of the victims of Diddy, was that they were poisoned with cyanide and arsenic. You just think you're eating a cookie. Yeah. It has a little bit of an almond flavor, and the next thing you know, you've got cyanide poison. Yeah,
because have you noticed it's been since he was in Alaska with Putin, he just started really rapidly going downhill. That's why I wondered if something could have happened.
Yeah, something that would have attacked his kidneys. It's entirely possible. Let's take a look at his health cards and see what we get.
Okay, because I'm going to tell you something. I did my own little thing yesterday. I just asked my own cards, my pendulum. I asked, did Putin do this? I got no, but did Putin authorize this? I got a yes. And then I pulled a card. I got the balance card. Now, you know how you have talked about how Putin wants to even the score. so to speak. And I took
Yes.
that, I mean, the balance card, which I just showed a few minutes ago for something different, that I took that to mean that's Putin's little, I'm going to get you back, kind of thing.
Right.
So that's what I got yesterday. But what do you want? Do you want to pull something just for his health right now?
Yeah, I'm pulling for his health.
Okay. Whoa. Look what I got, my first two cards, Shadow and Life Force. I haven't even pulled any other cards, but there's a shadow over his life right now. Let's see. I think, I'm not getting any other cards coming out of the deck. I think that just says it for me anyway. I know you'll elaborate further with yours, but there's a great shadow over his life right now. That's obvious, I know, but the cards are just confirming that.
I feel like, nothing that Putin can threaten Trump with matters anymore. And this is the frustration of Putin. And I get this kind of frustration and high blood pressure. And it's the bull in the china shop, that kind of energy that happens with him. He's got nothing to lose. And the relationship with Putin has really soured.
Yeah.
Get that also, that souring. I think that the Republicans will betray Trump, the lovers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I agree with you there.
I think that it was ultimately the hope and fear is money. So he cost them money. His constituents couldn't afford to continue to support him. The only people that are supporting him are religious fanatics at this point who think that he's going to hail the coming of Jesus or something. I don't know. It's like some bizarro, freaky cult that I don't entirely understand, because he doesn't even have the constituents that had invested in him because of financial gain. They're gone. They don't support the tariffs. Like Elon Musk hated the big, beautiful bill, and he hates the tariffs.
Oh, these tariffs are crippling the economy.
Yeah, so...
Or they certainly will if they're allowed to continue.
Yeah, the only thing good that I think at this point they're still holding on to is the Abraham Accords and wanting a piece of the pie for the rebuild. But they can do that without him. I mean, the truth of the matter is they're probably waiting until we get to ceasefire in Gaza, and then after that they'll throw Trump to the wolves, because that's the thing that he's good for.
Well, it's such karma because Trump has been doing this himself for decades, throwing people under the bus. Now it's about to happen to him. I've been saying this for weeks in my own readings. I keep getting it's going to be an inside job. Like you said, his own party. He's going to be betrayed by his own inside circle. And I didn't mean that to necessarily be they're going to murder him or kill him, but
they might do that too.
Well, if we don't know, we're not supposed to say
if
that.
He doesn't leave, we're not allowed to do that.
But
But since you mentioned it, what do we got here, Joel?
Well, Joel Tilson's asking, will Ukraine's drones take out civilian targets and infrastructures in Russia?
Haven't they already started doing that?
I thought they had too. I thought they had.
Let's take a look at the Ukraine war.
Okay. And what are we asking specifically here?
What's going on with with the war in Ukraine? Like, we'll just do a general cards on the Ukrainian war. How is Ukraine doing from Ukraine's perspective? We'll do
okay.
I can't believe China wants to support that, considering how many money problems they're having.
Yeah. Let's see. So we're asking about the Ukraine people in general?
The war. If
the
Ukraine
war
is winning,
okay. Because I think a little bit of mine is reflecting the people. But, first of all, the cards sometimes will set the stage. Because despair is obvious, survival obvious, but it's also I feel the people are well aware of their priorities, but I get that there's a lot of pride among the Ukrainian people, self-esteem, pride, and they're actually looking forward to new beginnings. Like there is some optimism and hope amongst them. That's what I'm sensing as far as the Ukrainian people go. I think that's where I was asking it more than the war itself.
Yeah, the sunflower is one of the
Yeah.
symbols, and you have this nice sun coming out, and you also have this mastery coming out, and the Ten of Cups. So these are very optimistic. And you
Yeah.
also have the Three of Pentacles. But the big fear for Putin is that they will become a NATO country, and we now have Sweden and Finland becoming NATO countries. And so,
And weren't they neutral? Sweden and Finland?
well, they were still part of the NATO
Okay.
alliance. I mean, they were still assisting in situations, but so I wouldn't call them neutral. But
Yeah.
the only thing that Putin got from this, did I just see a little squirrel or a cat? I'm just looking at something.
Mila.
It was outside.
Oh.
The only thing that Putin got from this is Putin got more countries to be NATO.
Yeah, people turned against him.
Yeah, so the Three of Pentacles moving in as the final outcome leads me to think that they're under no loyalty to Putin not to make Ukraine a NATO country. And so it's very likely they will, that they will become a NATO country. Because they have a Three of Pentacles moving in as final outcome, and that's a new contract. So I would think it would be hard at this point for them to lose if they're officially becoming part of NATO. What are you thinking about poor Elon and his?
That's quite a question. I had never pondered that. Elon in rehab, though. Come to think of it, we haven't seen Elon for quite a few weeks, have we?
Well, he tweets about 10 times a day.
But you can tweet anywhere. You can tweet in your toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In your rehab cell.
Yeah. I had never thought of that.
I wish he would get some help before he kills more people.
It would be good. He certainly needs help. Didn't he admit that he had a problem with ketamine, or that was just an accepted fact?
Yeah, no. He said, please don't take my ketamine away.
Oh, God. Will you?
Please don't take my ketamine away. Right? All right, let's see about Elon Musk in rehab. God, can
Elon Musk
so
in rehab.
Hating yourself so much that you need to be on drugs all the time. I mean, come on now.
Well, should I dare ask that as a yes or no pendulum question? Is Elon Musk in rehab? Is Elon Musk in rehab? I'm getting a no. Has he been in rehab? Okay. I asked the pendulum, has he been in rehab? I get a yes.
Yeah.
Is he in rehab now? I get a no.
That makes sense.
Yeah, like at this moment.
I think one of the reasons he was fired from the White House was because they told him to get into rehab. They openly said, you're a mess. Go take care of yourself. Yeah. He was taking frequent breaks to do ketamine. And he was outed for his drug problem. And Trump said, go take care of yourself. You got to, as if Trump doesn't have a problem.
Exactly.
But hanged it up, which leads me to think he's trying to get himself straight. And also his opposition was his health, beating an addiction and feeling like he has to defend himself. This insecure, all these guys all have the same problem. They're all addicts. They've got problem with women.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it?
It's yeah.
To be in positions of power and authority like they are.
Yeah.
And to have those issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the good news is it showed him recovering, because all he has is his brain, and if he loses that, he has nothing. So what are you thinking? Do you think that J.D. Vance, I think it's J.D. Vance's people that are going to come in and take out Trump. What do you think?
That would certainly make a lot of sense to me. I have a feeling it's all underway right now. In fact, I even wonder how aware Trump is of all of this, if that's part of the reason he's declining so quickly. He's just kind of given up. He knows the jig is up, so to speak.
Well, I mean, it's like openly popping his heart disease meds. You know,
Yeah.
it was big enough for the AI to identify to zoom in and identify it. So it's like, here it is. Here's my hydrochlorothiazide and lisinopril. You know, like,
yeah. When I see that question, will our best people, quote unquote, best people step up and stop Trump? I think we have a lot of incredible people trying to do that right now,
but they're not in the White House.
Exactly. That's why. So the question is maybe just a little vague in that respect.
I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene is going after Trump.
Yes, I tell you, when Trump lost her, I knew it was really over.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's take a look and see who's going to take out Trump. I think that they're going to have. I think Lindsay's going to have a little conversation with him in the next couple months.
Mr. President. Well, actually, you do the Lindsay impression so well.
Yes, the duty has fought but it's so polite the way they fire him. The duty has fallen on me.
It's so Southern.
Yeah, Mr. President, the duty has fallen on me to inform you that we have reached a consensus in the Senate. We give you the honor of resigning.
Oh.
Yeah. So more crap is going to be dropping about his health and about Epstein for it to get to the point where the Senate, like, we've got enough to impeach and remove. We've got enough votes to impeach and remove.
That's what I have felt. I've said that for several weeks. You know, when that first health report came out, the first one's actually been honest, or at least semi-honest, saying he was obese, that he had certain maladies, you know, instead of this usual sugarcoating. And I said to you, I have a feeling we're going to it was paving the way for more reports. It's all leading up to the big resignation.
They say he's still eating McDonald's 3 times a day.
Oh, of course he is. He's not going to change his ways. You know, KFC, McDonald's, I bet you he's still doing all
this hand I eat my KFC, and in this hand I take my lisinopril, and with this hand I take my Big Mac, and with this hand I take my hydrochlorothiazide.
And doesn't he have a button at his desk that he can push to get
Diet Coke?
His Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi. He's never going to change.
God.
He's never going to change. But
oh my God! All right, let's take a look at who's going to step in. See if we can get some information about who's stepping in. Oh, the honor of resigning.
I don't think my cards would tell something like that. I don't think they'd be that specific.
I think it's going to be Lindsay. I do.
I do. I
always get that it's Lindsay. You have the diplomat coming, Mr. President. You have, we give you the honor, 6 of Cups. A new beginning. Maybe he's got, I don't think he has 4 months. And then there you have Lindsay's card, the King of Cups. He toast. He go bye-bye. He can't. Come on. Look at where he's at right now with the Epstein thing. I mean, and more is coming out. Like the check he wrote.
Much more is coming out.
Yeah.
Much more. And he's just getting more and more desperate with all of his diversions.
And also his cognitive is declining as well. We haven't even talked about his cognitive problem.
Yeah. He's probably going to launch more attacks on America. No, was it a war on our American cities, like the war on Chicago and things like that? And did you see that AI?
Yeah, I think that if you're a businessman and you're based out of Chicago, like a lot of the banks are, I would be, I'm done. Get this fruitcake out of here.
Yeah. I mean, any other president, this would have been completely impeachable. He would have been impeached and thrown out a long time ago.
Well, Chicago used to be the place, you know. It's like you had the big money was in New York, Chicago, LA, and probably still is. So E. Jean Carroll case, that as well.
$83 million case. He's got to pay it. I think he's run out of options there. I think wasn't this the last appeal court he could take it to? I don't think the Supreme Court could handle something like this, could they?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I know the Supreme Court is supposed to be ruling on his tariffs. And it's going to be interesting to see which direction they go on that, because it should be unconstitutional. You know,
we're in violation of said agreements that we made with those countries, and so they have the grounds to sue us for violation of contract. And that looks like a piggy bank. And I found out about that because I remote viewed and I saw that Canada was talking to France and that let's piggyback and sue. You're in violation of all these contracts that we have with you to do this kind of business. And so, yeah.
Oh, from Paperback Writer. Will the despicable Caroline Leavitt ever get her just due for all her lies and fabrications in the name of journalism? I hope so. That's just my personal feeling there.
Don't you think she's just going to run off? I just see her running off, running. Get me out of here! I don't want to be here.
She'll probably be just a footnote. She'll disappear because I mean, what was the name of his last press secretary during his first administration who looked a lot like Caroline?
Yeah.
I mean, you never hear from her anymore. And she was just as despicable.
Well, she was ruining her career.
Of course she was, just as Caroline is. I mean, I like to think history will judge her harshly for lying as she does on his behalf. But anyway, let's see. Jolene asks, E.G. Carroll said she's giving all the money awarded to charity. She's an amazing lady. Yes, I knew that because Mary Trump is a friend of hers and had her on her show a few weeks ago, and they talked about that. E.G. was, is it E.G. or E-Jean? I think it's E-Jean Carroll.
Carroll.
Anyway, she said, I have enough money of my own. I don't need this money. I want to do some good with this money that's supposed to be awarded to me, I guess to transmute it. Yeah. Let's see here. Paperback Writer says, I heard he wants to quit. He said he didn't think it would be so hard. He's looking for a way out. I would say so. Haven't we both been getting that Trump is just worn out? He's exhausted. He's not enjoying this. I don't even know if he even wanted to be president again as much as he just wanted to stay out of jail. And he also just wanted the ego satisfaction of being a two-term president. I don't think he actually wanted it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that he was probably trying to avoid legal issues. But I mean, he's done. I mean, just the flying alone is something. Flying with this kind of medical problems.
Yeah.
You can't be flying all over he cannot perform his duties.
No.
Give him the honor of resigning.
Yeah. You mean he can't accept that $400 million plane being gifted to him?
Well, did you have fun today, Chuck?
I always have fun. I love doing this with you, Whimsy.
Yeah. Can you believe
being with all you people out there? Yeah, I can't believe an hour's gone by. The time is up.
So
in more ways than one, considering what we've been talking about. Yeah.
Final curtain. So tell us what you're up to, Chuck. If people want a tarot reading with you, or a medical intuitive, you are.
Well, I've been doing a lot of readings this month, and I've been loving it. And it's just such a wonderful thing to work with people who come to me. You can reach me, my name reversed, Dransfield Chuck, one word, at gmail.com. I also do portraits, and I'm very good at reading energy in people's eyes. I can feel their souls when I look at photographs. So when I spend a lot of hours with a portrait, usually I have some messages to give as well. And I do pets also. I just did a cat painting for a lovely lady, and I had a message from her. He had just passed away a few months ago.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's the main thing I'm doing. And I'm doing a lot of freelance
and a lot
art.
of medical consulting too, I'm sure, in the middle of all of that.
Some of that too. Yes. Yeah. Thanks to you, Whimsy.
Oh, no, thanks to you. You make it sound like you weren't in the medical industry before you met me.
Well, you took me to a much higher level. And you had a lot of patience with me.
Oh, no problem. All right. If you need to see me as a doctor, a naturopathic doctor, or if you'd like to get a reading with me, you can find out all that information by going to Booksy, Dr. Whimsy Anderson at Booksy, and scheduling an appointment that way. All right. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. God bless. Peace out. We'll see you Thursday, everybody.
Yes, see you Thursday. Right. We get to do this party again.
That's right. We're at the Thursdays, and bring, if you want to drink. That Thursdays are more hot topics. So it's more like Harry is in London right now.
Yes, he is.
Yes, it's
Still
more
trying to make
gossip.
up a daddy,
Yes, and
Yeah.
another spirit message from you, hopefully on Thursday.
Oh, yes, I'm working on one right
Oh,
now. I
very
won't say who it's
exciting.
from yet, but I'm working
Yeah.
on
So
it.
Thursdays
But-
are less politics and more
But
freaky.
I learned my lesson never to drink and do the show, because remember, what was it, 3 years ago? You and I did a live show together here in LA, and I had a wine cooler and I forgot what you had.
And
Well,
you bought me a Heineken.
I got a little tipsy and I learned this is not the best way to do a show, so I've never done it again.
Of
course, we had a good show. We had fun.
We had a
I
great
think we did.
show. It was not a problem. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye,
See you
everybody.
later. Thank you so much.
See you later.
Bye.
Thank you.